Hey, coach, so happy you found us. First of all, subscribe and like so you get these. We put these up every day. Second thing is make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one stop shop for basketball coaches. Be everything you need to become a better basketball coach. Go over and check it out. It's a community. We just got off an hour and a half call just talking hoops, sharing ideas. Nothing else like it. You get my personal email address. You will love it. Go over and check it out. Let's head off to the video.
Welcome. Today we're going to talk about preparing for that basketball interview. I know a lot of you are always thinking about, what's that next step? How am I going to get ready for that interview? So I'm going to talk about it in terms of a um, couple different pivots. I've got lots of stuff inside of teachhoops.com as far as interview questions and answers and stuff. This is going to be more of kind of a general thing, but go over and check out teachhoops.com and we have that. So first of all, are you applying for a head job or are you applying for an assistant job? And some of you that are watching me on YouTube, I've got some notes here, so I'll be looking up. But first of all, if you're applying for the assistant job, you better know something about the head coach. You better know about his background, his systems, what he or she does. So you have to do a little bit of groundwork. When you walk into that one, you want to listen. You want to get the head coach talking or the people actually interviewing as much as you talking, especially when you're applying for an assistant job. You know, basically think about what the head coach is looking at. The head coach is looking at you. The assistant coach is how you can help them win, how you can help them keep their job, how you can help them move forward, maybe go find another job at some point. So I think as an assistant, you always have to think about that. What's your value? What are you bringing? Are you the scout guy? Are you the X and O guy? Are you the relationship guy? What do you bring? If it's the college level, who can you recruit? What areas can you recruit? If you're the high school, are you in the building? What kind of networking do you have? All of those kind of things. So think of the value add if you're the assistant coach. Now, most of the people that are probably listening to this, if they're not already a head coach, they want to be a head coach, right? You want to be the one, in charge. Well, if you are, then you better have a plan. You better have an outline. um know who's interviewing you. If it's high school level, is it going to be kids, is it going to be parents, is it going to be the AD, is it going to be the former coach, is it going to be a committee? Who's interviewing you. um know something about, especially for those high school coaches listening, know something about the school, know something about the community, why that school, why. I can tell you, I can tell you I can tell you a story. When I started looking at head jobs, there's 500 and some head jobs in Wisconsin. I went through and circled maybe 50 of them, and actually Memorial was on that list. Um, you know, but just be ready. And again, like I said, over in Teachers, I have all sorts of questions. But how are you prepared? They're going to ask you lots of different questions. How are you going to be prepared? How are you going to deal with budgets? How are you going to deal with parents? How are you going to deal with scheduling? You know, um, what are you specifically bringing? Um, I think something you have to think about is not only the positive and negatives for the school, but what are your positives, and and even more important, what are your negatives? Um, know Answer the doubts that they might have about you. So maybe you're too young, maybe you don't work in the building, maybe you got fired from the previous job. So have an answer, have a solution for them when they come to know your negatives, is what I refer to it as. Know your stuff, know where you're gonna. And what's been happening recently at the high school levels, I know a lot of coaches have had to start doing X's and O's, they've had to jump on the court. um you know I think that's a big thing. Should I take something, they're going to ask you about assistant coaches. They're going to ask you about youth programs, especially for the high school coaches. What concerns in the hiring process do you have? You have to go in knowing the answer to every question, and then you as the person being interviewed should have some questions for them. Why was the former coach fired? Why have you not won? What, and they'll go, well, but we haven't had, and then you have to have a counter solution to that. So what I'm telling you is when you are applying for this, it can't, and this is from years and years of me helping coaches get ready. And that's the reason I'm doing this one is I have for years had coaches come and ask me questions about the interview process. How do I get a job? How do I go about it? Well, when you call a week before, it's hard. When you start planning for the job that you want, it's like they always say in the business world, dress for the job you want. Well, you have to prepare for the job that you want. So if you're an assistant coach, if you're a junior high coach, you should be preparing for that head coaching job now. You should be working on your portfolio. You should be working on your outline. You should be working on your resume. You should be working on your youth program. You should be working on your fundraising. All of the things that go into being a head coach, you should have those all in a binder, ready to rock and roll, because you never know when that right job is gonna kind of fall in your lap. So let me know if I can help in any way. Steve at teachhoops.com. I know I've helped a lot of coaches. Hopefully some of them get their dream jobs, but have a great day, everybody.
Hey, Coach, hope you're liking the video. Hit like down below if you are. That will help us a ton with being found on YouTube. Second thing is make sure you subscribe and then hit the little bell and you'll get notified every time we put a new video up every day. Have a great day.